For years we've thought of well-being as the absence of illness, whereas now we think of it more as the presence of health. Now you might just think, is that, you just try to sound positive, is that not really just the same thing? Well, it's actually not, because when we talk about the presence of health, we're using health in a very broad context, because what we're meaning here is physical health, including the ability to move. We mean mental health and also spiritual health, and all of this can encompass things like purpose, having a sense of meaning and purpose in life. It also includes things like meaningful relationships. It even includes emotional resilience, a feeling, a sense of growth, that you're growing in life and mastering things. But it also includes connection, human connection, social connection and bonding. And it's this last part that I really want to talk about in this video, because it turns out that connection is something we're wired for, and it's one of the most healthy things we could ever have. And it's not just deep and meaningful connections, because we usually think of forming connections in terms of long conversations or long, deep and meaningful relationships with people. And absolutely, of course, these things contribute to, and help us to bond and connect with each other. But what science has also shown recently is it's also about tiny moments of connection, just tiny exchanges. They call them micro moments of connection. They're incredibly healthy as well. Just like making eye contact, having a warm tone, just small, short, meaningful, positive exchanges with people, even shop assistants in shops. All of these things actually count as connection. When I say count, not just intellectually count, but they count in terms of the way that they impact our nervous system. Now, there's a really important reason why this is, because the way the human body and the nervous system evolved was not just that we could regulate our nervous systems alone, but that our nervous system would regulate really well through connection, through in pairs, for example, in relationships, in small groups, through just daily interactions with other people in a group. Because when we have any positive interaction, because we evolved in small groups, interacting and connecting all the time, so when we have even these micro moments of connection, these small meaningful exchanges, we have what your nervous system hears is, I'm safe, I'm calm. And then a whole host of physiological and psychological benefits come out of this. I mean, for example, very, very quickly, this causes a drop in cortisol, the stress hormone. You also get a relaxation of the nervous system, because the nervous system hears, I'm safe, I'm connecting, I'm having this micro moment of connection, I'm safe. And what that does is it activates vagusnerve activity, which in a sense causes this relaxation, because that plays a big role in the rest and relax portion of the nervous system. You also got a wee squirt of dopamine, which helps you to feel positive about doing the thing called connection. Another thing that happens in the brain, but also throughout the body, is the production of oxytocin. Now, oxytocin, of course, is known as the bonding hormone, so it even deepens that little sense of connection. Even after the connection is over, if it was just a micro connection, the oxytocin lingers on in terms of the effects it causes within the body, that I'll tell you a wee bit about in a moment. It's also known as the love drug, because it plays such a big role in love, and in the cuddle chemical, the hug drug, because it's produced when we cuddle, when we hug each other. But something I've written about a lot in my books, and I've talked about in some other ones of these videos, is that oxytocin, I call it the kindness hormone, because it's also produced through the connections that we form through meaningful, genuine acts of kindness. But oxytocin has a tremendous number of physiological effects in the body. For example, it's a cardioprotective hormone, and that means that it protects your cardiovascular system. One of the ways that it does that is it actually impacts your blood vessels to cause a reduction in blood pressure. It even supports immune function, even helps us to digest food. It even helps in the process of repairing muscles after vigorous exercise. So it has a whole heap of different benefits, and it plays a big role in the fact that research studies now show, when scientists look at large groups of people who've lived to over 100 years old, one of the most powerful factors in living to over 100 is connection. Isn't that absolutely extraordinary. So this is why I wanted to talk about it in the video. And as I say, it doesn't have to be deep and meaningful connections. It's the little exchanges that we have. It's making eye contact. It's being curious rather than just routinely saying something out of autopilot, like, you know, how are you doing, like we do, but actually, how are you doing? Really? So anyway, I just wanted to share this with you in this video. Have a wee go at yourself at increasing your micro moments of connection. You don't have to be the deep and meaningful things. It's the micro moments, the little exchanges. Sometimes just knowing that these things actually really matter for your psychological, mental health and your physiological health makes it easier for us to spot the opportunities to have these micro moments of connection, whether it's making eye contact and a warm smile as you pass by someone in the street, or just the way you interact pleasantly and genuinely with someone who serves you in a shop, or any interaction you have at work, at home, on the street. All of these tiny little things matter, and just notice when you have them, and notice that it makes you feel a little bit lighter, a little bit more grounded. All these micro moments make you feel a little bit more yourself. And the reason for that is because it's your nature, your nervous system, the way it's evolved, is saying, yes, I'm safe. This is who I am. I connect. This is what we do. And I'm safe. And all is well in this moment.